Robert Labell here. Welcome to our guitar tutorials in our undisclosed location and our undisclosed basement in the undisclosed school in our Great White North. So I had a talk with our store manager slash principal slash studio sound engineer, and he said to me, you know, all the tragically hip stuff you've been covering is nice, but it'd be really good if you could cover, you know, things that people have heard of. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, how about classic rock rather than the tragically hip, which is great and certainly appeals to an audience, but not everyone has heard of him. And I said, well, what kind of classic rock? And he said, well, how about, you know, stuff from the 1970s? And I figured, what, Sweet Home Alabama and Stairway to Heaven and Hotel California or Fleetwood Mac or whatever. And he said, yeah. And I said, but that stuff has been done left, right, and center. Why would you want to do it again? And he said, but if we do it, we can do it, and we can do it better. And I said, how exactly are we going to do that? And he said, I don't know, but I'm sure you'll think of something. So Sweet Home Alabama is a great tune. It's also virtually identical to a Warren Zevon song recorded a few years later entitled Werewolves of London, which identical chord shapes, we'll go into that later, and not dissimilar to the Rolling Stones' Stray Cat Blues, and we'll talk about that at another point. So Sweet Home Alabama, is, I'm sure most of you know out there, is D, C add 9, and G. So it's like, Birmingham, they love the governor, now we all did what we could do, etc., etc. It's got that bouncy country rock thing, which is very cool. The intro is... So that is the intro. It's the open D string, all of this occurring over the chord of the moment. So it's D, C add 9, and then G. You can play full chords if you like, that works too. The objective behind the video is not just to learn the song. The objective is to, of course, play it, be able to play it with other people, and to be able to play it on your own and have it sound good. That's the challenge with a lot of this music. I mean, as great as a lot of it is, let's be honest, it's $10,000 of production and a lot of overdubs. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to try to make that a little more accessible to us as guitar players. So D, second string, third string, fourth string. Second finger goes to the third fret, fifth string, open A, back to the C. So it's then second string, third string, fourth. Second finger goes to the low E string, third fret. I keep my third finger on the D, on the second string, and then continue to play that. So hammer on from the A to the B, to the D, E, B. So you have A, B, D, E, D, B, A, G. So you have the gist of this is here's the next part. It's index fingers on the third string, second fret, A, pull off to a G, and then play the open fourth string. So A, G, D. Third finger, fourth, third finger, third string, fourth fret, D. Third finger, fifth fret, third string, bend. So you have thing you could do is mute the strings, placing the heel of your right hand across the saddle to produce, instead of the other thing you could do for the verse is take the same idea and go. So you play down, 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 up, down, 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 G, down, down. This is a slight variation on. So the open fifth, A to B, D, G. So A, B, D, G, G, A, B. Again, I keep my third finger planted on the second string, third fret. So that's the verse. So the intro. Verse. The chorus. Pardon me. The first guitar fill. So it's D, C add 9, and G. The objective behind this is to get a D, C, and then G. So what he's doing is he's playing off what's called first inversion chords. So first inversion, getting a little bit technical here, is the D, the A, the D, and the F sharp. So what you're doing is you're kicking out the root of the chord, which is here, replacing that root with, again, the triad of the chord, only inverted. So now you have an A, a D, and an F sharp. You replace that by putting your third finger on the 9th fret, 5th string, and you walk up to the chord thusly. So you have Sweet Home Alabama. You essentially have that. So in this case, it's a D triad, an A, a D, and an F sharp, with the F sharp in the root. So you take that F sharp in the root, you drop that down a full tone to the C. So now you've got a G, a C, and an E. And instead of the root of the chord being on the 5th string, 3rd fret, you replace that root, which is C, you replace that root with an E. So you've got a C over E. So a D over F sharp, C over E, and then a G over B. So instead of a full G chord with a G in the root, you've now got a B in the root, which is going to be the major third, which is going to give you, is going to give you a first inversion. So they're all, the purpose of this is so the bass player will be your buddy for life, because he's going something similar, wheels keep on turning. He's going to play, you as the guitar player will be going, thus creating a voice. Now what that's getting at is that the rhythm guitarist is here, the bass player, not necessarily, is somewhere here. And you as the other guitarist, presumably two guitar players, will be covering to to have more interesting root motion, what it is so you walk up from the E, F natural, F sharp, walk into the D over F sharp chord, take the exact same move from the C, D, D sharp, E, C, and then, so you have walk up, 7, 8, 9, D over F sharp, so once again, and that, you're sliding from the 9th fret down to the 7th fret, 5th string, and going, then hammering from the D to the E while holding down the C triad. So you have, slide down from the E, slide from the B to the B flat to the B natural, D, G, low G. So you have, now that whole dissertation may contradict what I just said about wanting to play the song solo and then going on about the bass player playing here and here, etc. My point is I want to get people who are doing this to hear the difference in voices. Why? Because you can apply these anywhere. You can put them in almost, well, not almost any song, but enough. So you're playing, to recap tonight's top stories, you have all that. Verse. That's what we've done so far. Now the other guitar player does this. He puts in that harmonic over the G chord. So I might be inclined to go then, as if that wasn't enough, because I want to play it solo as well as with other people. That's like, I think they put that in somewhere in the other part of this tune, but I'm just using it to take up space. The other guitar player goes that, and with his tremolo arm, which I obviously don't have, you have. That's the next one. So we have a D and an A, and the shuffle part of that is going from the A to the B on the D chord. So you have 1 and 2, 3, and then down to a C. So your fourth finger reaches out to the 4th string 9th fret. On the C chord, your fourth finger reaches out to the 4th string 7th fret. And then the G. So you have the G, and your fourth finger is reaching out to the 7th fret 5th string. So D. Then there's a guitar part that goes A, hammers on from the A to the B, then D, E, D, and resolves to the C. So you have and the other one was, could use that as well. So this takes the place of the G, the doo-doo. So you have or so to recap everything. Yeah, I'm mixing it up now. Then F, C, D. And that concludes our tutorial on Sweet Home Alabama for now. And if you want to catch more of this, and there's, believe me, there'll be no shortage of it, press our subscribe button. And if you're interested in contacting me, it's robertlabell249@gmail.com. Remember, we are an undisclosed location, so I can't give away where we are. But you can feel free to reach me there with any questions, queries, comments, anything you want to add. Yeah, I didn't cover certain elements of it, and I know that. But there's enough there to get you started on it. We're going to go back and do more of these things as time goes on. So thank you again for joining us, and we'll hope to see you soon and hear from you soon. Thanks. Bye for now.